Hello and welcome to the Sports Talk Podcast, Season 3, Episode 5. My name is Chase Moskowitz, Senior and President, along with
Freshman Lucas Loria.
My name is Daniel Almash, Junior Vice President.
Freshman Sam Ingrid. Freshman Alessio Moffitt. Freshman Thomas Antonelli.
Freshman Sean Worth.
Freshman Alexander Shafir.
And Mr. J.
what a legendary line. Alright guys, so let's start it off hot. We got some breaking news out of New York a couple days ago. Daniel Jones got benched after not just a horrible performance versus the Panthers, but a horrible performance for his 6-year tenure with the Giants. And I think that's going to come to an end. Let's hand it off to Dan and see his thoughts.
Okay, I got two things here. Number one, the Giants have executed this plan that I think is going to keep Giants fans engaged. I call it the 3-step plan. Yeah. Number one, they've got a quarterback that's going to keep the fans engaged into the game. They have the Italian, they have the entire Italian fan base, including me, with the team for the rest of the year. Number two, they have gotten a QB that will probably guarantee them a top 5 to top 3 draft pick, which is great. And then number three, they finally got Daniel Jones, a.k.a. the worst quarterback to touch the football ever, out of the game, demote him. He needs to go to Walmart, get his job on LinkedIn immediately. I'm going to pass him over.
I know a lot of Giants fans are feeling bad right now for Daniel Jones, but the guy has had enough chances, and I think it's finally time for him to go, so it's a good move from the Giants.
Personally, I do not feel bad at all. He, like Sam said, he had a lot of chances to prove himself. So,
He only peaked.
yeah, he only peaked, and that was 2022, and we couldn't even make it to pass a stacked Eagles team in the divisional round. And I'm happy that we got the Italian Stallion back, and I just hope he doesn't have one of his 4-game win streaks like last year.
I definitely agree with you guys. It's probably not going to be good for it's going to definitely be good for the Giants because Daniel Jones is just not a good quarterback at all. It's just going to be though interesting about how the season takes place now.
Hear me out. It's not Daniel Jones' fault. So, okay, let me start this off with 2022, right? The first year, he had a decent O-line. We're not going to say good. Decent, right? And what did he do with it? He took them to the second round. Awful wide receiver course. No weapons other than Wan'Dale Robinson. And I feel like you put him in the right situation, he'll be more than serviceable. He'll be like a Brock Purdy type of guy.
I don't understand how you can get paid this much money just to suck. He's making big name quarterback money and barely being on the active roster. And that's horrible.
I'm going to counter-argument. It is Daniel Jones' fault. I'm not going to go back to the 2022 season. I'm going to go to modern day. First of all, we gave him another serviceable O-line, and I'm talking about opening day. Thomas, Van Rodden, Schmitz, Runyon. We paid an Eliminor. We paid a combined. We literally got rid of Saquon Barkley to get him a serviceable O-line. Watch Hard Knocks and say, this is the year for Daniel. What are we saying? And we got him the best receiver in the draft, who should have went number 4 overall. And I tell you this right now, and you look at our defense, there's only 3 games where we've given up more than 21 points. A serviceable quarterback should score, on average, 28 to 30 points a game. And I tell you this right now, you look at Purdy, where was he drafted? Yeah, last, that's his average. Malik Neighbors is better than any wide receiver on the 49ers right now, and I will stand by that.
Okay, look, there's no really disagreeing with that, Dan. All I have to say is, if you're getting paid $40 million a year, just remember that the average American salary is maybe $40,000 a year. So if you're getting paid $40 million a year to be 2-8 on a national football team, all I have to say is, if you're not going to do good, then you shouldn't be starting. And the Giants finally had a brain, John Mara, and all the organization. I'm glad that they did it.
I know one word that's going to describe the Jones family for the next few years, and that is fed, because I know that family is fed. I know it is. Out of the total salary is made, what, $105, $108 million? That family's fed.
I would have to agree with everything you guys are saying, except Sean. Every single thing. You guys have covered every single point, I think, except Sean. I don't agree with you, man.
Sean Worth.
I just have to absolutely agree. Like, I just don't see Daniel Jones as, like, a good player for the Giants. And by the way, I just want to say something. This is probably going to be one of my last podcasts because I am on the swim team. So I'm going to be missing you guys.
He's retiring.
I'm not retiring. I'm just going to be out for a little bit.
Maybe we could do a couple at lunch.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do podcasts at lunch maybe sometime. But let's give it to Mr. J.
Yeah, no, I'm just personally just hoping for a good game on Sunday because I will be there. Yeah, well, I got the tickets a long time ago, but I'm actually kind of glad that I'm going to go see Tommy DeVito and not Daniel Jones. Listen, Danny's he's a nice boy. You know, he's a nice kid. He's a nice guy, but he's not an NFL quarterback. He'll go on to be a backup somewhere else. I wish him all the best, but we need to move on.
All right, so we kind of got all of our thoughts out with Daniel Jones. There's not really much else to say other than he basically sucks. So instead of talking about this year, let's talk about next year and find our quarterback replacement. I'm going to start off with Lucas, and then we'll move on from there.
Starting off next year, we got to start. It always starts at the off season. I think we're ending off with the number 2 overall pick because the Jacksonville Jaguars easily have that number 1. I'm going with Cam Ward if they take Jalen Milroe or Shedeur Sanders first overall. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Trevor Lawrence, to be 100% honest. I know he has a huge contract, but I just don't know what they're going to do with Trevor Lawrence. I feel like they might give him a couple more years. They paid him? Yeah, they paid him, so they probably have to stick with him. But I want Cam Ward, maybe a wide receiver pick up like T. Higgins and someone like a cornerback on defense.
So, I think, coming from a Jets fan, for the Giants, I think it's best for them to, like, draft Shedeur Sanders, I think his name is, and maybe even trade up to get another weapon, like, offensively, because, like you guys said, apparently their line's very good, which I disagree with. I don't think it's amazing, but maybe they could even go for, like, what's his name? Travis Hunting? Yeah. So, I think they could put him at corner. He'll be great. I think he should be a corner in NFL, by the way. That's a different topic, but he's definitely going to be a corner.
Okay. You know what, Sean? That's the first thing that I've agreed upon with you all day. I think, do we all agree here that Joe Shane and Daboll are on the hot seat?
That's what Joe Shane is.
Okay, question. Would you rather fire Sean or Daboll? Sean. Okay, great. We're all on this. We're all on the same page. I think if you guys have all seen Hard Knocks in the offseason, his son is smarter than him. You only get this job once. Go trade up for Jaden Daniels. I want them to pull Houston Texans. Get Shedeur at number 1. Trade back up to 2 or 3, depending on who, what the draft order is, obviously. Go get Shedeur and Travis Hunter. I would trade a second this year, a fourth this year, a first next year, and a second next year, and maybe even Deontay Banks or some older players. Give away everything.
This is a Patrick Mahomes.
This will be this guy will be the God trade right there.
As a Jets fan, I think Rodgers is done. So I think we should really get Quinn Ewers. I like him.
Ewers?
Oh, Ewers. Yeah, he's good.
Hey, I'm John, and I'm not a Giants fan, so it's not going to be biased, but I think we stay with Tommy DeVito, and we draft a wide receiver in the first round. So.
I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, look, my personal opinion on all of this is I would love a quarterback. I would love a new quarterback that's just new with the system, that's new in the NFL, like a rookie quarterback. We haven't had that since Daniel Jones, obviously, but honestly, what would be a really, dream team or, a dream offseason would be trading for Justin Fields, drafting Travis Hunter. That would be insane. Signing just a quarterback who needs to prove himself. Justin Fields needs to prove himself.
I have a question for you.
I just want to say, I absolutely agree with you guys. Absolutely agree with you guys. The Giants need someone new, someone healthy, someone to just keep their team, and one of their quarterbacks. They're gonna have to be a leader. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think we got most of our stuff out of this Giants topic, so we're gonna move on to some NBA basketball and. All right. So. Let's talk about basketball, guys. The Knicks are on a roll, 4 in a row. They won last night versus the Phoenix Suns. And also the Warriors, the Celtics, Cavaliers. Those are like all top teams in the area that are doing pretty good. Let's talk about the league and some updates.
I have one thing to say about the Warriors. Buddy Hield.
Great job, Lucas. Thank you for passing me the mic. First of all, the Warriors bench is the number one scoring bench in the entire league. 60 points per game this bench averages. You know, D'Anthony Melton hurt, but we can always come back. He's done with a sprained ACL for the entire rest of the year. I think Warriors go after Cam Johnson. Steph Curry has only proven himself that no one can guard him, and he is the best point guard ever. And shout out to Draymond Green. You are a monster.
So, I also want to talk about the Cavs losing their first game to the Celtics. They're I think 16-1 now. I saw something that was like, there's Garland. Yeah, that's what I saw. He shot 3 for 21, and they still had a pretty close game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was 120 to 117. So.
Yeah, with Darius Garland putting up his worst game of the season when I think he's easily been an all-star this year. He's been very good, a great addition for them, and he's just been so much better than last year. I think he was great.
Sean, I'd have to agree with you on the All-Star. He's been playing very well this year, except for that one game. But I feel like that one game was just a slip-up. Next game, I think he's got it.
First off, I just want to say what a great, interesting stuff that's happening right now in the NBA. Second off, is probably going to be the last thing I'm going to say before I leave. The Knicks are just on a roll right now. They've won consistently, which is what they need to do if they want to win. Cat has been having a great start to the year right now. He's been scoring almost 30 points per game. I just want to say, have a good next 2 months, guys.
Thank you, Shafir. All right, guys. All right.
Or a moment.
All right, let's get back to NBA. Save our tears for later.
Okay. As a non-Knicks fan, I watch some of your guys' games because, it is local and I don't have to pay for a subscription service with the Elite Pass, which I hate doing for the West Coast teams. I watched the Knicks and, Brunson, he stepped it up over the course of a few games, but the games that you guys are winning without Brunson giving it his all are the most important games for the Knicks. The Big Bodega strikes again. After all that...
For the Knicks, I'm really liking this Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson duo. They both dropped 30-plus last night, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts, guys, or just let's go Knicks, go Warriors?
Daniel Jones is my next safety.
All right, guys. Signing off for episode 5.